are the equipment we are using for the chain surveying. First is we have to a 20-meter chain. What is the length of the chain? We are using a 20-meter chain. Okay. We are using 20-meter chain. We are using 10 arrows. Next, ranging rod and offset rod. Ranging rods and offset rods. Next, we are using a tape. We are using a tape. What is the length of the tape? It may be either 10-meter tape or it may be either 20-meter tape. An instrument for setting the right angle. What is the instrument we are using for setting the right angle? We are using the cross staff. It is also required in the chain survey. Next, field book. What is the purpose of the field book? For noting the observations, we are using the field book. Next, a plumb bob is also required. Next is pegs, wooden hammer, etc. Pegs, wooden hammer and chalks. Chalk piece. What is the purpose of chalk piece? For marking distances on the ground, we are using this chalk piece. So these are the equipment we are using for the chain surveying. So the chain surveying can be done in the following steps. Okay, how the chain surveying can be done? There are 3 steps carried out in case of chain surveying. While doing the chain surveying, we have to follow the 3 steps. What are those 3 steps? First is reconnaissance. Okay. First is reconnaissance, and second is marking and fixing survey stations. Marking and fixing survey stations. Okay. And third one is running survey lines. So we can see the 3 steps. We have to follow these 3 steps while doing the chain survey. So I am going to explain each and everything in brief. So first is what is meant by reconnaissance. Okay. So what is meant by reconnaissance? The first principle of any type of surveying is to work from pole to path. Okay. What is the main principle of surveying? The first principle of surveying is to work from pole to path. Before starting the survey, we have to work it from pole to path. Before starting the actual surveying measurement, the surveyor should walk across the area, around the area to fix best position of the survey line and the survey stations. What is means before starting the surveying? What is the first principle of surveying? We have to always work from pole to path. So before starting the chain surveying, the first step we have to do is reconnaissance. What is meant by reconnaissance? The surveyor should walk around the area and he have to fix the positions of the survey line and survey station. What is meant by reconnaissance? The surveyor walks around area and fix survey lines and survey stations. Before starting of surveying, the surveyor should go to the area. Which area we have to do the surveying? The surveyor should go to that area and he have to check all the area and he have to fix the surveying lines and the surveying stations. Okay. During reconnaissance, a reference sketch of the ground should be prepared and general arrangement of line features such as building, road, etc. should be shown. So before doing the reconnaissance, we have to prepare a reference sketch. A reference sketch is prepared. Who will prepare the sketch? Surveyor. The person who is going for the surveyor, he have to prepare a reference sketch according to that area. Okay. And he have to plot the position of building. Plot position of buildings roads. Okay, means in that area if there is any building, if there is any streams or roads or trees, we have to mark the position of it. Okay, before selecting the station, the surveyor should examine the intervisibility of station and should note the position of building, roads, streams, etc. As I have told you already, before starting of the survey, first we have to do the reconnaissance. What is the purpose of reconnaissance? First, the surveyor should enter the area where we are going to do the survey, and he have to walk all over the area, and he have to fix some surveying lines and also the surveying stations. After fixing all those, he have to prepare a reference map. Means sketch, a reference sketch should be prepared of that area. What does the reference sketch consist of? The reference sketch should be consist of the buildings, roads, trees, streams. We have to plot the symbols. So this is known as the reconnaissance. Next, what is our second step we are doing in surveying? That is marking and fixing survey station. Means we have to mark and fix the surveying stations. Okay. How we are going to mark and fix the survey station? The requirement for selection of survey stations have already been discussed. Means how we have to mark the survey lines of survey station, it is already we have discussed in the first step. What we have to do in the second step? After selecting the survey station, they should be marked to enable them to easily discover during the process of survey. Means after plotting all the survey lines of station, the survey lines of station should be easily visible to the surveyor so that he can do the surveying very easily. The following are some of the method of marking the stations. For marking the stations, which stations? For marking the surveying stations, there are some methods. In soft ground, wooden pegs may be driven, leaving a small projection above the ground, and the name of the station may be written on the top. What is the first step we are doing? If there is some soft ground, means whenever the soil is very soft, then we can wooden pegs are driven into the ground. Wooden pegs are driven into ground by leaving small projection on the surface. Whenever there is a soft ground, then we can use the wooden pegs in case of the soft ground. By using the wooden pegs, by using a hammer, the wooden pegs can be driven into the ground, but some portion of the wooden peg should be projected onto the surface so that we can write the name of the station. This is one method. Our second method is nails or spikes may be used in case of the roads or streets. In case of soft ground, we are using this method, or else if there is roads or streets. In case of what we have to do in case of roads or streets, we are using the nails or spikes, because the roads and streets will be very hard ground, the surface will be very hard. So in those cases, the wooden pegs are not suitable. So in that cases, we are using the nails and spikes. In hard ground, a portion will be dug and filled with cement mortar. Or another procedure is, if there is some hard ground surface, whenever the surface is very hard, even the wooden pegs or the nails cannot be driven into it. If the surface is that much of hard ground surface, a portion may be dug and filled with cement mortar. Means whenever the surface is very hard, even if the nails cannot be driven into such surfaces, so in that cases we have to dug some portion and we have to fill it with the cement mortar. So this is one method in case of marking and fixing of the surveying station. And the final one is running survey lines. Okay. Our third step is running of the survey line. So in case of running of the survey line, after the preliminary work, the chaining can be started from the baseline. After completing the reconnaissance and after completing fixing the surveying stations and marking, we are going for the third step, that is running of the survey line. Okay. The work in running a survey line is twofold, that is to change the line and to locate the adjacent details. So for first one is to chain the line. First we have to chain the line, and second one is to locate adjacent details. So this is meant by twofold. First is to chain the line, and second one is to locate the adjacent details. The offsets should be taken in order of their chain edges. For running the surveillance, we are using offsets. For running the surveillance, we are using this offsets. To do this, the chain is stretched along the line onto the ground. Offsets are then measured. What we have to do? We have to stretch the chain. We have to stretch the chain on the ground surface, and offsets are for running the surveillance. First we have to use the twofold. In case of the twofold, first is to chain the line, and second one is to locate the adjacent detail. So for running the surveillance line, we are using this offsets. Okay. First we have to stretch the chain onto the ground surface, then the offsets are measured. The process of chaining and offsetting is repeated until the end of the line is reached. So the survey line may be, sometimes there may be big survey line, or sometimes there may be short survey line. So for running of the survey line, this process, what is the process? Chaining and offsetting, it should be repeated until to the last end, so that we can get the overall length of the survey line. Okay. So this is the in this video I have explained you what are the equipment we are using for the chain surveying. Next, there are usually 3 steps for carrying out the chain surveying. First is reconnaissance. Okay. Second is marking and fixing of survey stations, and third one is running of survey line. Hope you like this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you everyone.